For those who are not aware of him, it is very difficult to explain how big a sensation Bjorn Borg really was. Bjorn Borg was a rock and roll star draped in tennis clothes. His massive appeal, based not only on his extraordinary tennis ability but also on his good looks and shy manner, made him a worldwide tennis teen idol. He was like the Beatles, for God's sake, said Ingrid Lofdahl Benzer, a close Bjorn Borg friend. Bjorn Borg polarized tennis in the 1970s. Known as the Iceman for his frosty temperament on court, never ever letting his opponent get a hint of what was boiling inside him, Borg was the epitome of cool. Everything from the way he walked onto the court, to his long hair that flowed to his shoulders, to the headbands he always wore, to his donner racket that featured a longer leather handle to accommodate his two-handed backhand, created hysteria. He was tennis's biggest drawing card. It was called Borg Mania. You would have to search sporting annals long and hard to find an athlete in any sport that rose to meteoric heights like Bjorn Borg, an 11-time major singles champion in just 7 years from 1974 to 1981, who dramatically stunned and shocked the tennis world by retiring at the age of 26. Even in such a short time span, Borg left an indelible legacy on the history of tennis. He won 6 French Open championships, 4 of them consecutively from 1978 to 1981. Bjorn Borg also dominated Wimbledon like no other tennis player since Willie Renshaw, when Willie Renshaw won 6 straight championships from 1881 to 1886. Bjorn Borg himself captured 5 consecutive titles from 1976 to 1980 in Wimbledon. His 5-set marathon victory over John McEnroe in 1980 is still considered one of the greatest tennis matches ever played. Bjorn Borg's 5 titles at Wimbledon put him only behind the likes of Roger Federer, Novak Djokovic and Pete Sampras. Bjorn Borg won 89.8% of his major matches. 3 of his 11 major titles were won without losing a set. Borg captured 3 consecutive Channel Slams, that is, both the French Open and Wimbledon in the same calendar year from 1978 to 1980. Borg had 14 consecutive victories in major semifinals, all astonishing statistics, but there's more. At Wimbledon, Bjorn Borg has a 92.7 winning percentage based on a 51 win to 4 losses record from 1973 to 1981. Borg also won 41 consecutive matches between 1976 to 1981 at Wimbledon. At the French Open, Bjorn Borg had a 49-2 record, 49 wins, 2 defeats. Bjorn Borg was born in Södertälje, an industrial town 20 miles outside of Stockholm. A garage door was Borg's first opponent. He would spend hours pounding the ball against an object that would become as unyielding as later on the Swede himself. Borg's parents never pushed him into competitive tennis. It was solely his decision. When I was 8 or 9 years old, I had 2 dreams. One to be part of the Swedish Davis Cup team and the second to play on Wimbledon centre court, Bjorn Borg said. And dreams do come true. He achieved both. 5 Wimbledon Gentlemen's Singles Championships would follow, and in 1975, Bjorn Borg led his small Nordic country to the Davis Cup Championship at King's Hall in Stockholm, the very same venue where he began playing tennis with a 3-2 victory over Czechoslovakia. It was the first time in the 75-year history of the Davis Cup that a country other than Britain, France, Australia or the United States had won the cup. The unorthodox strokes that enamored Borg to worldwide audiences were rooted in his game from the outset and caught the attention of the Swedish Tennis Federation. While his strokes lacked style, his footwork was extraordinary. In 1971, at the age of 15, Bjorn Borg connected with longtime coach and mentor Lennart Berglund, who as Davis Cup captain selected the scrawny and athletically raw teenager to play on Sweden's Davis Cup team the following year. Berglund was an integral part of Bjorn Borg's stardom. In 1972, prior to Davis Cup play, Bjorn Borg made his presence known by winning the prestigious Orange Bowl in Miami over Vitas Gerulaitis in the boys under-18 final. In 1973, as the number 6, Borg made his professional debut at Wimbledon, losing in a 5-set quarter-final match to Brit Roger Taylor. Less than a year later, at the 1974 French Open, Borg became the youngest champion in history when as an 18-year-old he defeated Spain's Manuel Orantes in devastating fashion after dropping the first two sets 2-6, 6-7, 6-love, 6-1, 6-1. Compatriot Max Wilander swiped that distinction as a 17-year-old in 1982 and then was surpassed by an even younger Michael Chang in 1989. It was the first of 6 championships for Bjorn Borg in Paris, the second coming consecutively in 1975 when as the number 1 seed he throttled Argentine legend Guillermo Villa 6-2, 6-3, 6-4. Bjorn Borg reeled off 4 straight French Open championships in 1978, 1979, 1980 and 1981. He defeated Villa again in 1978, Victor Pecci of Paraguay in 1979, Vitas Gerulaitis in 1980 and Ivan Lendl in a 5-set struggle in 1981. Bjorn Borg's heavy topspin forehand and two-handed backhand became the craze. Everyone from recreational players to touring pros tried to emulate the style, not only in Borg's stroke production, but how he comported himself on court with a controlled, emotional demeanor, but no one could come close. He had this thing about him that was inexplicable, said John McEnroe in the HBO documentary McEnroe Borg, Fire and Ice. I don't know what it is, why it is, but it is. Certain people have this incredible aura that I can't explain without having to do anything. It's like he got into his Superman outfit. I did try and practice just for the hell of it to be like that, but I couldn't do it in practice, so I wasn't going to waste my time in a match trying to be like he was. I felt like letting things out was healthier than keeping things in. Borg said, they did not really know what I was thinking or how I was feeling, if I am laughing or crying or disappointed or happy. They don't know that because I keep it all to myself. That did not mean I wasn't boiling inside, but I would never let anyone see that. Bjorn Borg's western grip, which he used on both sides, was unnatural, but it produced wicked topspin. The grip limited his volleying proficiency, though he often released his left hand when at net, but made his baseline game explosive. His topspin ground stroke game was potent and forceful, his backhand resembling a hockey slap shot, and a Borg hit ball would jump off the court like it was on fire and looking for water. While other pros dabbled in topspin play, Borg turned it into an art form on every single shot. No one strung the rackets as tightly as Borg. They had a distinct musical ping when strung to his demanding perfection. The small and thin 15-year-old filled out proportionally as an 18-year-old, his shoulders strong and broad and his legs thick and muscular. He played with stamina and endurance, and when combined with his steely focus, made Borg virtually unbeatable, which his statistical records confirm. I want to win every single point from the first minute to the last minute, Bjorn Borg said. When I am playing, I am 100% serious. Bjorn Borg took that stern approach to new levels at Wimbledon, where he became a 5-time champion from 1976 to 1980. The grass court surface was not natural for Bjorn Borg in his first foray in 1973, but he adapted quickly. His first title in 1976 was impressive, 6-4, 6-2, 9-7 over Ili Nastase, who assessed Borg's game by saying, "We are playing tennis and he's playing something else." Bjorn Borg disposed of Jimmy Connors in 1977 and again in 1978. He defeated the big serving Roscoe Tanner in 1979 and in 1980 defeated McEnroe, who was playing in his first ever Wimbledon final in an epic match 1-6, 7-5, 6-3, 6-7, 8-6. The 34-point tiebreaker in the fourth set saw McEnroe thwart off 5 match points and Borg stave off 6 set points himself before McEnroe prevailed to force a 5th set. "There is a magic when our names are mentioned together," said McEnroe. "We brought tennis to a place it wasn't at before. It's the match I will remember for the rest of my life," Bjorn Borg said of the 4.5-hour classic. In 1981, Borg was attempting to erase the 100-year Wimbledon record held by Renshaw and win his 6th straight Wimbledon title. He and McEnroe played another match for the ages in the finals, but the outcome was in favor of John McEnroe this time, when McEnroe won 4-6, 7-6, 7-6, 6-4. Borg had long said that winning is the most beautiful thing for a tennis player. It doesn't matter how much you win, you are so happy, it's a wonderful feeling. You just feel like you're at the top of the mountain, it's like a dream. But when Borg lost to McEnroe on 4th July 1981, it marked the last great day of his reign. though he would advance to the finals of the US Open that year, a major he failed to win in 4 championship match appearances. Losing had never rested easily with Bjorn Borg, but when he lost to McEnroe, he displayed a disturbing and uncharacteristic shrug. When you lose, you should get disappointed because it's not good to say to yourself, I don't really care, what's the big deal? I lost in this final, but that's exactly what happened to me. I lost in the big final and didn't really care that I lost, and that's not me. After that, I realized that what's happening to me. Borg's magic had dissipated. The years of stress, sacrifice and travel had taken its toll and he succumbed to burnout. He took 3 months off in attempts to rekindle his fire, but it had been doused. He played a string of exhibition matches and only one tournament in Monte Carlo throughout 1982. On 23rd January 1983, while traveling in Bangkok, Bjorn Borg announced his retirement at the age of only 26. Borg flirted with comebacks in 1991, 1992 and 1993, but all to no avail. When Bjorn Borg retired from tennis in 1983, after a decade on the tour, he held the Open era record for most major championships with 11. He made 16 appearances in major finals. His overall win-loss percentage is 89.8% with 141 victories and 16 defeats. He won 2 major titles in the same season 3 times. He had an 8-year streak of winning at least one major title. And on clay, Borg won 93% of his matches. On grass, Borg won 89% of his matches. And on hard courts, Borg won 85% of his matches. In his entire career, Borg won 64 singles titles in 88 final appearances and compiled a 609 to 127 record, which on percentage it comes out to be 83%, one of the best in tennis history. These distinctions cemented his place among the all-time greats. Although Bjorn Borg, who rose to number 1 in the world in August 1977, never won the US Open in 10 attempts or Australian Open, which he only played once in 1974, outsiders made more of those failures than Bjorn Borg himself. I did not lie awake at night wondering why I did not win at Flushing Meadows, he said. That just was not going to happen. I hope you liked this video about Bjorn Borg. If you like this video, do feel free to check out my videos on Ivan Lendl and Jimmy Connors, 2 of the other greats of tennis that I have talked about on this channel.